he's 11, very keen cricketer, and has been attending camps, organised camps to play over the summer, and came home one afternoon completely out of the blue. He'd had a racist slur used against him. So I'm white British, but my wife is Pakistani heritage, so my children are dual heritage.
Yeah.
And so I think possibly for the first time he had faced a racist slur, came home absolutely devastated, and actually it wasn't him that told me initially. I had calls from other parents whose children had come home crying about what had happened to my son.
Good grief.
And so obviously your
How did you feel when you took those calls?
Well, I mean, devastated initially. I also felt quite sorry for the other children that were upset about it, but it showed me the depth of friendships that my son has, which is a real treasure, right? Kids looking out for each other. What was really impressive, though, and what stood out for me is how the clubs handled it. And they have young coaches that sort of work in small groups with the kids in their teens, late teens often, the coaches. And the young coach who was handling my son's group jumped all over it, sat all the kids down immediately and gave them quite a strong lecture about why it was wrong and why the club won't tolerate it. Oh. And then since then, the chairman of the club's picked it up as well. So it just shows you that it is possible for this stuff to be taken seriously. And we live in a very predominantly white area, 95% white area now. And
your lad your boy wanted you to ring in as an example of how things can be handled effectively. He was happy with this outcome.
Well, I think he is pretty happy with it because it shows that obviously that his friends have stood up for him, but also that the coaches that he's
it's brilliant.
Up to,
but how would either of you have felt about the lad who abused him being chucked out of the club, for example?
So we haven't seen him since, James.
Okay, so the message may have been delivered, as it were.
I suspect the message is you're not welcome here at the moment.